Hey YouTube, got another knife review for you. This knife is a really fun little knife. I didn't know what I thought about this when I first got it, but I've actually come to really enjoy this knife and like it a lot. This is the CRKT Pazoda, Columbia River Knife and Tool. This was the packaging. My camera's still not going to focus because it sucks. There we go. Oh my goodness, I can't believe it did that. Nothing else. That's it. Little brown box. So that's the packaging. This is the knife. Pazoda. Okay, so this is a small EDC type knife. Overall length is 6.5 inches. Your closed length is going to be about 3 3/4 inches, and it weighs about 3 ounces. So this was actually designed by CRKT to be a logo knife, and what that means is this flat, shiny surface here is put there specifically to put a company logo or engraving or imprint or something like that. There's no gripping otherwise. There's a little jimping on top here for your thumb, and that's it. So this is what they call a logo knife. But this is a great little knife. I love this thing. Your blade length is 2.6 inches or so, a little bit longer than that. It's 0.1 inches thick. It's made out of 8CR14 MOV. It's a gray titanium nitride finish. It's a hollow ground. It's got a little bit of a modified belt clip on there. That's what they call that. Handle material is 2CR13. It's a liner lock. And that's about it. It's nothing really fancy about this. There's no thumb studs, but it does have the thumb hole. Doesn't open very well. This one's kind of stiff. It's brand new out of the box. So the thumb hole works pretty well once you get used to it. Like I said before, I don't normally wear gloves every day, so opening it without gloves is easy. With gloves, it's a little bit more of a challenge. I wear the gloves because I jacked my thumb up and it's kind of weird to look at, so I prefer not to distract you by that, and now you're going to wonder, what does his thumb look like? Alright, so value, this was a $7 knife that I got off a little website called Woot, and if you go Amazon these things or whatever, you're going to find them for $6, $7, $8 each. So not a bad little knife for $6 or $7. No idea what the warranty is through CRKT. I imagine it's not going to be a lifetime warranty for a little knife like this. But if it breaks, hey, it's only $6 or $7, so you're not out a whole lot of money. Mobility. I love the belt clip on this because when you slide it into your pocket, it sits right up to the edge of the pocket. There's very little of anything sticking out. And that's awesome. That's the way they should be. So great mobility, very thin, very light, very good mobile knife. Opening. Opens really easy. Like I said, with gloves on, it's a little bit more difficult. But I'm getting used to it. Without the thumb stud, it takes a little bit of getting used to the thumb hole instead, but it works pretty well. It opens fairly easily. It is ambidextrous because the hole goes all the way through. Locking, like I said, it's a liner lock. It's really secure. There's no movement in the blade once it's locked, and very little movement this way, wiggle room in the blade once it's locked as well. Fold it up. This one actually sits pretty close to the middle of the handle. It's up a little bit on the high side, but it sits in there pretty straight. Blade quality, it's not going to be anything special. I've been I have one of these that I use all the time. I rotate it in and out of my EDC as a secondary knife, and it's held its blade, held its sharpness really well. I use it as a utility knife, and it works for that function perfectly every time. So I can't really complain about blade quality for an $8 knife at the highest price. It holds its edge really well. Durability, there's not much to bang up on this. You could scratch this, you could throw it, and it's not going to do anything. I mean, if you throw it or drop it when it's out like this, there's a chance you might bend the blade or break the tip or whatever, but durability-wise, there's not much to break on this, so I'm going to say it's a pretty durable knife. I've never had any of these little screws come loose or try to fall out. I actually have 3 of these, and the one that I've been using on a regular basis, it's really loose this way. It still doesn't wiggle though, but I mean, if I held the knife like this and jiggled it back and forth, the blade would swing because it's loose. But once it locks in place, there's no wiggle, there's no play, very, very little, if any. So durability, I'd say it probably holds up pretty well. For as tiny as it is, ergonomics, it fits pretty well into my hand. I can fit easily 3 fingers on it, almost all 4 fingers. There's a little bit of jimping up top to provide for thumb slippage, and there's a little bit down here on the liner lock to prevent your hand from slipping. Otherwise, there isn't much grip on it, so that's actually a big negative because this knife could easily slip out of your hand. Otherwise, it fits pretty well. Same with balance. I mean, for a small knife, the weight's in the handle. Doesn't fall out of the hand when there's no support on the blade, so it's good. Fits pretty well. Overall score, I would rate this pretty high for what it is. Once you look at all those different factors and you consider your area of engagement, this is a secondary knife, utility knife, possibly a secondary knife in a get-home bag. I would not use this for any kind of tactical purposes. As nice of a little knife as it is, I don't think it would hold up under any kind of real leverage situations or tactical situations. So this is a utilitarian knife. Secondary EDC type knife. Something that if you needed to, you could give it away, use it as trade barter. That way you still have your primary knife, but it doesn't cost much. So not a bad overall knife. If you're looking to add a knife to your collection, it's definitely worth picking up. I'd pick up a couple of them. They're actually see if I can get it to refocus here. Yeah, this camera just sucks. Maybe it's this box that I have in the picture too. It's ammo. Oh, you just saw my thumb. Oh no. I have more trouble with this camera. Anyways, not a bad little knife. Good knife to add to the collection. Secondary knife, especially for only $6 to $8. So leave your comments below. Please like and subscribe and share the channel. I say that often. It helps me grow the viewership and get the information out there. And I appreciate your support and appreciate you sharing the channel. God bless our military service members, past and present. Keep your powder dry, folks.